You wouldn't believe the amount of times that I get called crazy. I mean, a lot of people think that I'm wrong all the time, or that, it's one of those things where I lie all the time or something along those lines. And I do make interesting headlines from my videos and things like that. I've always admitted to that. It's kind of entertainment, kind of funny for me to do that, to embellish and kind of do that way. And the whole reason behind that was back when the Xbox One came out, a lot of the websites would like really do that against the Xbox One. Like, you would see ridiculous things like, I remember when the Xbox One X came out, IGN ran with something that it was like Microsoft forces gamers to download huge update files or whatever, something like that. It was something ridiculous, like forced. It was like ridiculous, and it was like doing stuff like that right from the beginning, and I just thought it was interesting. So I was like, well, if those big sites do that, then I'm going to have fun and kind of poke fun at the big sites and do that myself. But with that being said, Microsoft has found themselves in a very interesting place right now, and a lot of people said I was crazy when I said that Xbox Series X and S are nipping at the heels of PlayStation 5 in more than one way, and people just said, oh, well, you're crazy, or they make excuses and things like that. Excuses don't really do any good, as far as I can tell. It's just one of those things where, I'm a fan of Xbox. I'm a fan of PlayStation as well. I just feel like what Microsoft is doing is, far better than what Sony is able to do at this particular point. So, that's just how I feel, and that's probably how I'm going to always feel about it. Microsoft has continued to offer a really, really good job of things that I want as a fan, and I can't really say enough about that. So I do hope that we continue to get some really cool stuff. From Microsoft in the future. And this is one of those type of announcements where you just go, oh, wait, that's really cool. It's nice to see that Microsoft is kind of doing things in a way that is helping them gain some ground on Sony. I want to get into this announcement, though. What's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like the video. I'm looking to get 100 likes on all the videos that I do. It would be greatly appreciated. Trust me, I know it's a very small, kind of lame goal or whatever, but it's a goal that I'm looking to hit nonetheless, so it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for rocking out with me. Now, trust me, because I know people are going to go, you said you don't believe that site, CG, so what is up with that? Right? Well, listen, this is, it's just fun to kind of look at the what ifs. So PS5 and Xbox Series X and S estimated sales are much closer than expected. According to a recent report, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S gaming consoles are selling at a similar pace in the United States in particular. The PlayStation 5 and Series X and S are the current gen of the game consoles right now, designed to provide an immersive and cutting-edge gaming experience that takes full advantage of the latest technology with faster processors, more powerful graphics, and new features like ray tracing and 4K resolution. The PS5 and Xbox Series X and S are currently the most advanced gaming consoles ever made. Now, with both consoles available at a similar price point and with the wide selection of excellent games available for both, there's not much of a reason for gamers to choose one over the other. That's not to say that there isn't a big difference between the two systems, as the PS5 has some features that the Xbox doesn't, and vice versa, but it's not as big a difference as it used to be. According to VG Charts, which again, always take VG Charts with a grain of salt, but I will say that we have seen from like the official NPD that Xbox has been nipping at the heels of PlayStation for a very long time now. According to them, which is known for tracking sales of video games and consoles since the release of the PS5 and Xbox Series, the PS5 has sold around 10.3 million units in the US, while Xbox is at 9.3 million units, and the report also mentioned that in the last 12 months, the Series X and S has outsold the PS5 by a total of 17,000 plus units. It's surprising because typically Sony PlayStation consoles have outsold Xboxes by a significant margin. There are a few possible explanations, however, as to why the two consoles are selling at a similar pace right now. Firstly, it could be that both consoles are equally popular and gamers are choosing to purchase either one. Secondly, it could be because of availability issues, so gamers who are looking forward to getting a new PlayStation are instead opting for Xbox. Whatever the reason, the sales rivalry is ultimately good for gamers because it means more choice and more competition, which can only lead to better products for everyone. Now, this is great news for the industry as a whole, as it shows there's a strong demand for the next generation of consoles, and it's also good for the individual companies involved, as it means that they are both likely to see healthy sales figures for their respective consoles. However, there has been a recent improvement in PS5 availability and a few upcoming upgrades. It's going to be very interesting to see where this all leads. But again, I've been saying this for a long time that, we're going to be seeing a lot of Xbox Series X, a lot of Xbox Series S, kind of nipping at the heels of PlayStation. And, that's kind of exactly what we've been seeing. That's not to really put any kind of doubt on PlayStation or anything like that, but I just think that people are kind of going out there and, they're very happy with what Microsoft has to offer. Obviously with Game Pass and a lot of the things that are coming up, it's easy to see why people are so enamored with Xbox, and again, you also have this huge difference in price as well. I know this is in particular like US, but in other territories, Sony raised the price of the PS5 by $50, so that could be something that is sort of hampering what what Sony's trying to do, and also could be a bad look to where people, even outside of those places that were raised prices, people could be saying, well, listen, if screw Sony or whatever, if they're doing this, that, or the other thing, and I just think that that's probably has somewhat to do with it, just like people originally, stopped buying Xboxes when when Xbox One was going to do like DRM and stuff like that. It wasn't like, not everybody that was going to buy one bought one. They ended up going, well, I'm going to get a PlayStation now, I'll really show them or whatever. And so things kind of went different. But when it comes to this, I feel like, people are just kind of getting either one, and, and they seem to be happy with what they're getting. Like for me personally, I got both. I always suggest that if you can pull it off, get both. If you can get both. And I think that that's something that, they're going to probably continue to do in the future. It really makes sense for them to continue to make some of these moves and things like that, and to keep people excited about the future of Xbox. That's going to be an important thing going forward, and I think Game Pass has been able to do that, but also the fact that you're going to need to be able to kind of go out there and say, okay, well, listen, we've got this Xbox, and we've got, the ability to kind of push this Xbox in ways we've never done before. So I think that that's really important, just in general, of keeping fans happy and giving fans stuff that they want. That's always been my kind of way to look at this. And I do think that Microsoft has done a good job of changing things up, and not only changing things up, but changing the way that the way that they've kind of handled things in the past. I think it's very smart for them to kind of do that. And you have to change and change with the times, and it does look like that's exactly what they're doing. So that makes me happy to see. That's not to say that PlayStation's in any kind of danger or trouble. It's kind of crazy to think, but yeah, they're doing fine. It just really kind of comes down to what these companies are able to offer. And right now, I think, both are offering some pretty significant deals. I just think that Microsoft in particular is offering much better deals, much more into what gamers actually want. So with that being said, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully you guys are having a great start to the year. Brack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.